Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of Moose Franchise. We are up 2-0 in the conference semifinals against the Empire, and we have been great so far in the playoff. We've won our first two games by a combined score of 33-3. We won 20-1 in Game 1 and 13-2 in Game 3. That also means we're on pace to give up 3 runs in Game 3. Now, because we won by so much, we are going to change the ego. Now, when we came back to Moose Franchise in the past few videos, I have not played around with the ego at all. It's been consistently on ego 60. Clearly, that's getting a little too easy, because we should not be winning playoff games by 19 runs. So, instead, we had been going up 3 for a win, down 2 for a loss. I think we're going to switch that to up 2 for a win, and we won 2 games, so we'll be up 64, and then we'll go down 1 for a loss. We'll go up to ego 64 for this video. You wouldn't think that makes a huge difference, but sometimes the difference is a little noticeable, and it's a little bit bigger than you'd expect. But Game 3, we're at home. We won both games on the road in dominant fashion. We got Raul Strikes, who's actually our innings leader in the regular season, on the mound. And yeah, he had a really good regular season. He had a 4.39 ERA, which is the second best of any starter, through the most innings with 55 and a third. He did allow some hits and had an opposing batting average of 322, but he's a very solid player. And hopefully he can have another good game. Now injuries. Buck Swiner pulled his hamstring. He's out for likely the remainder of the series. He's currently listed as weak. Yeah, I think he would be back to each game you rest, you get one of these little bars back. So I'm pretty sure he's out for the series. So it's going to be Stallion Johnson playing left. Actually, does that make sense? We got a lefty on the mound. Johnson hits left-handed. Sandoval hits right-handed, although isn't quite as good in the field. Johnson is a little bit better. But I think we're going to put Reese Sandoval in there. Have a righty in the lineup against a lefty. We could always bring Stallion Johnson into the game as a pinch hitter or as a pinch runner, because he does have great speed. And actually what we can do, Stallion Johnson's going to play anyway. He's going to play right field, and Irene Fast is going to go behind the plate and catch, with Pedro Nixon needing a day off. But he is a guy I'm not afraid to pinch hit with. He's a really good power hitter. Obviously, you guys would know that if you guys have watched the series at all. We're going to bat Johnson 9th. Actually, we're going to bat Sandoval 9th, Stallion Johnson 8th. And this is what the rest of the lineup's going to look like. Actually, Jones and Tremendo have really been hitting to start the playoffs. We'll put Hieronymus Jackson down to 7th. And this is what the lineup's going to look like. We've got Strikes on the mound. And this video will be games 3 and 4 if necessary. Obviously, hopefully we can get this series done in 3, but that's what the plan's going to be, and we will get to the game number 3 against the Empire. So here we are, Game 3 of the conference semifinals. Let's see how Ego 64 treats us. Fouled off to start. There's another strike. This guy is a tough out. And it's going to pop one up behind the plate. And that is not going to stay in play. Hit the net and go foul. Curveball down is hit on the ground. That is fair down the line. Past a diving Kingsley Jones. Johnson gets there quick and will hold him to a single. But a leadoff single for the Empire, and their mojo increases. Here is Mike Piazza. Power and contact looking really good now that he's locked in. And he's the guy who's really one of the only guys who's been able to hit on the Empire. A couple homers. He's driven in 2 of their 3 runs. Going to second. The throw down is not in time. It's stolen base for the Empire. That guy is also a clutch. And because the pressure's on a little bit right now, +5 to all skills when the pressure is high. Pressure is high right now. Hit to third. Dingers. Oh, I did not realize he caught that on the fly. I thought that bounced. But I'll take the first out. Bautista takes a strike. Uh-oh, that's hit well. In a right field, that's gone. Didn't even think that was a terrible pitch. Up and in with the fastball. Not terrible. But a 374-foot home run for Jose Bautista. And we trail for the first time in the playoffs. Not really liking that. There's a first pitch strike. Behind the fastball. And that is... It's going to wait a long time in that changeup. Just get a piece. Foul. Barely. Thankfully. Fastball upstairs. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for all strikes. And here's Bagwell. Gotten off to a terrible start in the playoffs. Still without a hit. I believe he's only made one out that has not been a strikeout. Not a strikeout, another out for Bagwell. And he continues to be hitless. But we are down 2 as we come to the plate for the first time here in Game 3. Casey takes upstairs. That's a strike on the lower portion of the zone. Casey gets under it. That was one I was ready to send 500 feet, but got under it. And Casey with a fly out to left field. Here's Nacho Crisp. And he hits one softly. And is grabbed there by the shortstop. Nacho Crisp going to beat it out for an infield single. And their pitcher's mojo goes down. Here's Rip Dingers. Oh, that's a low strike. He's got plus 10 power against a left-handed pitcher. I don't know what I'm swinging at. That's a soft line out. That is almost a double play. Nacho Crisp able to get back. And here is Irene fast. That's low for ball 1. Fast. Hit well. Dead center field. Does that have a chance to go? It is a warning track flyout. Hit pretty well for Irene fast, but not well enough. And a flyout to the warning track ends the first inning. Oh, that just missed. That was really close. That misses as well. Fastball off the inside corner. There's a strike. Currently, the slider away is the only pitch we can get a strike on. And a strikeout! All 3 strikes come on the slider. And second strikeout of the day for all strikes. Curveball drops in. Popped up foul, not a play. And the changeup low. He's hit on the ground to short. Nacho Crisp makes the play for the second out. And the mojo back up to neutral for all strikes. There's a strike. Let's try a front door slider. Grounded. Caught by Dingers. The throw to first. What a play. Rip Dingers with a diving stop and a great throw. Taking potentially extra bases away from the Empire. Oh, that was a low strike. Come on. That was low. Oh, what am I swinging at? There's a ground out. And the mojo increases. How does this guy have his mojo increase so often? There's a strike. 1-1. Tremendo hit the other way, right at the left fielder for the second out. Here's Hieronymus Jackson hitting 7th. There's a strike. There's a strike as well. Jackson gets under one. Down the line, get out of play. Alright, good. Again, the 0-2. That's low for ball 1. And that one's hit right at the shortstop for the third out. Made decent contact, but hit it on the ground right at him. Probably a little bit high as well. Uh-oh. This one is softly grounded to first. That one caught a little bit too much to the plate than I would like. But luckily just a ground out. This one, another one hit to Jones. He makes a diving stop and flips to strikes for the second out. Let's go. Back-to-back defensive plays made by Kingsley Jones. Casey can't get there. And try to see if we can throw him out. Couldn't. Not the greatest speed, but decent. Here's Bautista, homered in his first at-bat. Hopefully we can avoid that. Oh, that just missed. This one hit on the ground to Rock Casey. It quickly flips to first, and his mojo goes back down. We'll have to see that. Here's Stallion Johnson. Inside corner for a strike. Johnson. Oh, wow, I thought that was getting through. Really thought that was a single for Stallion Johnson. Sandoval, that's going to get down for a hit. That'll work. Here's Rock Casey. Casey goes the other way into the gap. That might get down. No, it won't. Didn't hit that well. Missed that a little bit. 74 swing power. A little bit late on it as well. Here's Nacho Crisp. And that's hit hard into right field. That gets all the way to the wall. Nacho Crisp held to a single. That is a very short wall out there in right field. But first and third, 2 outs for Rip Dingers. Dingers! Wow! That is way out of here. Rip Dingers dead center. What a blast. 479 for Rip Dingers. And we lead 3-2. Let's go. Talk about an absolute bomb. Only 83 swing power as well. Fast takes a strike. And Fast hits one down the line. It's going to go foul. For strike 2. Don't know why I'm swinging at that. That's a ball. Yep, just a little bit high. Don't know why I'm swinging at that either, but it's going to get down. Fast might be able to turn that into a double. We're going to try it. Fast is in there with a hustle double. Let's go. The speed coming into play. Jones takes a strike on the inside corner. That's 2-0 for ball 1. And Jones grounds one up the middle. Fast is going to come around and score. And an RBI single for Kingsley Jones. And a 4-run third inning. Let's go. Here's Tremendo. Way outside for ball 1. Inside for ball 2. Oh, wow. Just barely flips the edge of the zone. Fouled off. 2-2 here to Tremendo. And he pops one softly to short. And that ends the third. But a good third inning, 4 runs. And we take the lead. It is 4-2. Big homer for Rip Dingers. And a very nice inning for us offensively. Let's double up on that slider. Foul. Caught a little bit too much to the plate. But luckily, just foul. Swing and a miss way upstairs, but he's going to chase for another strikeout. Third of the day for strikes. Here's Bagwell. That is foul for strike 1. Hit on the ground. Dingers can't get there, and that's his first hit of the series. But we've done a very good job against Jeff Bagwell. He was rattled at the end of game 2. He's still tense with a negative mojo. He's going to try to steal second here. Fast to throw down. Why did that seem like the softest throw of all time? Not really sure. Something that also doesn't make sense is Irene Fast, the arm is being impacted, even though I can understand fielding if you're not playing your natural position. But your arm, you can't throw the ball as effectively? Uh-oh, that's right down the middle. Wow. That should have been over the fence. Swing and a miss. Let's go. From what should have been a homer to a strikeout. Let's go. That could have been a disaster, but strikes able to get the out. There's a strike. That's a good pitch. Fouled off. 1-2 here from strikes. Uh-oh. Grounded up the middle. Casey is there. Makes the third out of the 4th inning. The top of the 4th, that is. Here's Hieronymus Jackson. And that's a ground out. Hit it hard, but right at the shortstop. And there's the first out here in the fourth. Stallion Johnson in the bat here. And he grounds one also to short. And back-to-back groundouts. Let's see what Reese Sandoval can do. There's a strike in the outside corner. Sandoval softly hitting to left. That is going to be caught by Luis Gonzalez. Thought that might get down. But it's caught. Ends the fourth. Uh-oh. I guess I went with the first pitch slider a few too many times. And it's a one-run game. Got under it a lot. But it still goes 418 feet into center field. And Andrew Jones with his first homer of the playoffs. Not a terrible pitch, but I guess when you anticipate a first pitch slider and the exact location, it's kind of easy to do that. It's another hit for the Empire. That one gets down in front of Stallion Johnson. And not really liking this. Going to try to steal second. The first pitch to throw down is not in time and not fielded correctly by Nacho Chris, putting it get behind him. There's a little soft pop-up. Casey settles under it and makes the play for the first out. Mojo goes down as well. We'll have to see that. There's Mike Piazza. Too high for ball one. Misses for ball two. There's a strike. 2-1. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Gonna swing at that. Fooled him with the fastball. That was not even close to being a strike. Slider. Getting on the ground. Nacho Crisp can't make the play. And infield single. He does have to keep it in the infield to prevent the runner from advancing to third, but unable to get an out. So here's Bautista. With plus 10 power. We saw that come into play before. How did he even hit that? That's foul. Was off the plate. 0-1. There's strike two. He did it again? I mean, again, that's not a terrible pitch, but wow. I guess I should have learned from the first time not to throw that pitch to Jose Bautista, but he sends it 412 feet the other way for his second homer of the game. And it's 6-4 Empire. I guess Strikes also doesn't really have the fastball that Jared Payne and Rhiannon Cannon have, where it's near 100 miles an hour. Payne, his fastest, can go probably about 93 at this point. 92 on that one, with 99 power. We will keep strikes in here. There's a strike. But bullpen obviously very rested after 2 complete games to start this series. And here's the second out of the 5th. Nacho Crisp with the play. Kingsley Jones. Here's Bagwell. Singled in his last at-bat. Misses for ball one. That's grounded up the middle for a single. And Bagwell with hits on back-to-back at-bats. Don't love that. Going to throw her to first here. And it's a bad throw. Luckily, we will keep him at first, but I mean, really? That one's hit to second. Casey on first for the out. But the Empire with 4 runs, and they retake the lead, is 6-4. And let's see what we can do here in the bottom half of the 5th. What am I doing? That's not going to help us at all. Casey, 1 pitch. And that's just terrible. Here's Nacho Crisp. There's a strike as it drops in. That's low. 1-1. Nacho Crisp. And Nacho Crisp gets through for a hit. Thought that might have been a ground out. But Nacho Crisp has that get into center field. And he's got a 1-out single. Here's Rip Dingers. Obviously a huge home run the last time. Can tie it with another. That one's way too low. 1-0. 2-0. That misses high. Outfield is playing deep for Rip Dingers. Inside 3-0. Obviously got the green light. And there's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. Carefully pitching around Rip Dingers after the homer. And here's Irene fast. There's a strike. 0-1. Fast. That's a double play. Dang it. We had first and second, 1 out. And of course we have to ground into a double play. Again, we're going to keep in strikes because he's only thrown 67 pitches. Although has given up 6 runs. But base is empty. Comfortable keeping him in to start the 6th. Maybe not anymore, though. Tremendo able to cut it off. Hold him to a single. Let's see, Jones homered before. We're going to go batter by batter. We'll keep him in for now. I don't know why. That was a bad decision on my part. And just never going to get to that. Now, strike is going to come out. So let's see. Who do we want to bring in? Cutstiff's going to start game 4. Farmhand just isn't great, although is a rally stopper. Best. October. You know, let's try it. Let's try this rally stopper. See how good it actually is. Plus 10. Velocity, jump, and accuracy with at least 2 runners on. And this is a recent trait he's gotten. And the first pitch is hammered in the left field. And his mojo's down already. Alright, definitely not ideal. I mean, maybe it wasn't the best decision to bring in Farmhand because he isn't the greatest. Nacho Chris, what a play. Oh, we can't turn 2. At least he's able to keep in the infield, likely prevent a run from scoring, but would have been amazing if we can get a double play right there. That's just hit too softly. We might have been able to get 2, but I don't know, might have been, might have been able to get it in. Like, get the double play on that previous pitch. But this is not good. The Empire continues to add to their lead. The Farmhand misses the zone there. Going to second. Another stolen base. And it's second and third. "3-0. Here to Giambi. There's a strike. And that misses for ball 4. A walk from Farmhand brings up Bagwell. This has not been a great relief appearance for Farmhand, but he's only thrown 10 pitches, but we're going to take him out right here. We're going to bring in Jackson Wilkinson to face Bagwell. And let's see what we can do here. Hopefully, get out of the inning is the answer to that question. That misses 99 from Wilkinson. Fouled off. 1 pitch away from getting out. And there it is. Softly hit to short. Nacho Chris makes the play. We do allow 2 more runs, and we've allowed 6 runs in the last 2 innings. But a 4-run game, not out of it at all. Let's see what Kinkley Jones can do here as he leads off the 6th. Takes outside for ball 1. Jones really hit it right at him. Tremendo takes low for ball 1. There's a strike. 1-1. Tremendo hit into center field. That might be able to get to the wall. Not quite hit hard enough. Cut it off. Well, Tremendo to a single. Here's Hieronymus Jackson. Let's see what he can do with 1 out. Hopefully he doesn't hit into a double play, although definitely a possibility. Here's a strike. That's way inside. 2-1 to Hieronymus Jackson. Outside, make it 3-1. And there's ball 4. A walk on 5 pitches to Hieronymus Jackson. And we're set up. First and second, 1 out for Stallion Johnson. And he hits one back up the middle. Tremendo's not the fastest. He's also got a good armor. Hold him at third. A bases loaded, 1 out for Reese Sandoval. Of course, it's got to be him. Hold on. Do we want to bring in Quaker? He can't play left, though. That would mean we got to bring somebody else into the game. Swiner's hurt. Rhodes can't play left. Quaker can't play left. Nixon can play right. And we can move Johnson to left. Although he's not good in the field. I don't want to get rid of our DH and put Jackson in the outfield. You know, we can play around with this if we want. We can put Fast in the outfield, and Rhodes can come in to catch. I think we're going to let... Oh. I was trying to just step out for a second so I can keep talking. But we're going to let Sandoval hit right here. He's 1 for 2. It's only the 6th inning, too. I'm sure we'll have another opportunity we can pinch hit. We're going to let him hit right here. Oh, man. Quickly down 0-2. That misses. 1-2 here to Sandoval. That's way outside. 2-2. And that is hit on the ground. Please don't be a double play. It's 2. Should not have swung. Not even a strike. Alright, that's not great. Wilkinson will stay in here for the 7th. After only throwing 4 pitches in that previous inning. Fouled off. Fouled off again. How do you hit that? Not a terrible pitch. Jeez. Sandoval can't catch up to that. Slider away. Oh my, they hit everything. And a leadoff single here in the 7th. That's way outside. Oh, man. Alright, that should be 2. Oh, you serious? You can't get to that? That should have been a double play. Hit right there to Rock Casey, but he can't quite reach it. And it's 1st and 2nd, nobody out. There's a strike. Good pitch there for Wilkinson. Way too low. 1-1. Casey makes the play for the first out. Nobody got far away from their base. It'll just be 1 out, but I'll take an out anytime. Really need to stop the outside sliders on the first pitch. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here for the Empire. Luis Gonzalez, their leadoff guy, hitting just 083 to bat. There's a strike. Double play could be huge. Swing and a miss. Strikeout could be nice as well. Would prefer the double play, but that's way too high. Let's see. Uh-oh, that's not great. And that's hit in the air to center. Tremendo gonna get there, but it's gonna be 2 runs for the Empire. It's 10-4. This is not great. We really went from being unstoppable. How did they hit everything? We were really unstoppable in the first 2 games, and now we can't get outs here in Game 3. Please make a catch. 11-4. And here's Bautista, homer twice. We've been 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning the entire time. They've scored. Behind the fastball. Slider away. Swing and a miss, finally. We get Bautista out. Now we're 1 out from getting out of the inning. Just misses. Oh, man, come on. That's destroyed into center. And it's 14-4. 430 feet. I mean, I feel like some of these aren't terrible pitches either. I mean, that was right down the middle, but some of these other ones aren't terrible. And of course, we've already used Farmhand, who would be a good guy to just eat some innings right now. Softly hit. I don't know where I'm going with dingers. But I'll make the play. And we've allowed 19 hits. That's problem number 1. Inside for ball 1. That's a strike. 1-1. Casey. We also hit the ball right at people. That never helps. That's fair. Not hit very hard, and there's the second out. So here's Rip Dingers. And he hits one into center field for actually our 10th hit of the game. And here's Irene Fast. And Fast hits one, again, right at the center fielder. Wilkinson's thrown 31 pitches. We're going to put in Tolbert here for the 8th, and hopefully we can stay in for a while and throw the 9th as well, but we'll have to see. I mean, we might just do that anyway, because we've probably not coming back down 10. Fast with the out there on the throw to first. Oh, just missed. Also, some of our pitches are just missing, like that. Right on cue. Uh-oh. Jones right there. Make the play for the second out. This one also hit in the area of Kingsley Jones. I tried to dive for it, but he only sticks his glove out. And a 2-out single for the umpire. Alright. This is not great. Swing and a miss there. 98 for Tolbert on the fastball. Swing and a miss. Tough out trait activates, as does the K neglector. And that means minus 15 junk and velocity with a 2-strike count. Fouled off. Change up away. Gonna take it again. What about a backdoor cutter? That's gonna miss. Full count here. Swing and a miss. Finally. So we head to the bottom of the 8th, down 10. I was going to need a big comeback. Jones lifts one into center field. Hit pretty well, but not well enough. 97 swing power. Pretty good, but just not the strongest guy in the world. So we have to hit that out. Tremendo with a single. He grounds one up the middle. Giving us a base runner here on the 8th. Gonna need a lot more of those. Harvey Boone into the game. That ERA and whip looks great because we destroyed him in game 1. Maybe we can destroy him again. But an ERA of 87. Wow, that was disgusting. 0-1. Jackson down the line, foul. And quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Jackson got under it a little too much. Gonna hang up there for the second out. And here's Stallion Johnson. And Johnson softly grounds one through for a hit. First and second, 2 outs for Reese Sandoval. And there's just no sense in pinch hitting here. And we hit one sharp with his second, and Sandoval's mojo goes down. We will keep Tolbert in here for the 9th. 14 pitches. And, I mean, we're down 10. So if we can save best in the game for game 4, that would definitely be ideal. There's a ground out to start the inning. Bautista here. Fouled off. Oh, man. Some of these pitches barely miss. That pitch, he doesn't home run, instead he grounds out. I mean, it does help when the pitch is 97 as opposed to like 92 or 93. That misses. Do want to try to hit that spot, though. pretty good. 1-1 is fouled off. Slider inside. Gonna way off. Not a great pitch. How about the change up down? 2-0. The count is full here. Try cutter. Decent pitch. Fouled off. Ground at this short. Nacho Crisp is there to make the play. And we go to the bottom of the ninth, needing a miracle, down by 10. And we got a new catcher into the game for the Empire. What am I doing? It's gonna work, because the pitcher can't make a play, and Casey's mojo is back up to neutral. But that should not have worked. Here's Nacho Crisp. Takes outside for ball 1. Upstairs for ball 2. 2-0. And Nacho Crisp right back up the middle. And a good start of the inning. First and second, nobody out. Let's capitalize off this now. Haven't really done that much in this game. Here's Dingers. That's way upstairs. Too late on it. Fouled off. Not a bad one to hit, though. Dingers in a left center field that is going to get down off the wall. And that's going to score a run. We're going to hold Nacho Crisp at third. Don't think he was getting there. And here's Irene fast. There's a strike. That one's hit. And where are you going? I mean, why are we... Why are Nacho Crisp and Rip Dingers running like that ball is for sure getting down? I really have no idea. But double play there, and we're down to our last out. Right when it looked like we were doing something as well. I'm not saying we were going to come all the way back, but showing some potential. Jones gets a hold of one and sends one a mile. That's a long way. A home run for Kingsley Jones extends this game. How about 467 feet for his second homer and 7th RBI. Cuts the lead to 7. And here's Tremendo. Oh, man. He just missed it. A little bit early, but right on it. Location-wise. That'll work. That gets all the way to the wall. Again, we'll hold Tremendo at first. But a 2-out single keeps the game alive. And here's Billy Wagner. He's been the one pitcher we haven't been able to hit. And makes sense they're going to bring him in here to close out this game. Jackson hits it sharply to third. And that ends the game. So we lose game 3. And not a great performance. Especially pitching. I mean, 17 hits, 7 runs, not bad. But allowing 14 runs and 21 hits is not exactly going to win you a game. Also, really bad from the 5th inning through the 7th inning. Allowing 12 to 14 runs right there. But not terrible offensively. I mean, we had 17 hits, scored 7 runs. Played pretty well, but strikes allowed 8 runs, 4 strikeouts, 11 hits. Wilkinson also wasn't great. And can't be giving up that many runs. So we'll sim our CPU games. And the Joyriders beat the Sirloins to go up 2-0. Oh no, they won the series. The Joyriders upset the Sirloins and sweep them. The B-Wolves also beat the Freebooters, who are the best team in the regular season. So far, only one higher seed has won. We've seen both 4 seeds advance. Which is kind of crazy, considering the 4 seeds, the B-Wolves were barely over 500. And the Joyriders were only a few games over 500 as well. Now, Game 4, I don't feel the greatest about this game. We will also put the ego down 1 to 63. Now, the reason I don't feel the greatest about this is Rolly Cutstiff was awful, and I mean awful, in the regular season. Went 2-4, an ERA of 12, whip of 2.48, and was not good, to say the least. But he's on the mound here. And as far as the stamina looks for Jared Payne, he's still not all the way. Although, hold on. His stats and attributes aren't being impacted. Like his velocity, junk, accuracy. Like if you go to strikes, it's all being impacted because he just threw 71 in the last game. It's not being impacted, but it is. His stamina is still not all the way full, so we wouldn't be able to get a ton out of him. So I think we're just going to stick with Cut Stiff. And if we need to, we can like go with Cut Stiff and Farmhand. And obviously the bullpen is still fairly rested. But don't feel the greatest with Cut Stiff on the mound. I want to be able to get this win here so we don't have to go back on the road for game 5. But it's not looking the greatest. But I think Cut Stiff can do it. So we just don't love it. We're going to put Nixon back in behind the plate. And this is what the lineup will look like here for game 4. Hopefully we can win this game. Oh, here we go. I changed the team already. In the regular season, their pitcher Matt Cain, 2-2, 4.12 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, opponent batting average of 243. Pretty solid. And yeah, I definitely think we can win this game. And let's go win this series right here at home and advance to the next round. So game 4 of the conference semis. Cut Stiff on the mound. Doesn't have any weak cutter. Increased pitch speed and movement when pitching with cut fastball. But the accuracy is tough to work with. I mean, that's really the thing that hurts Cut Stiff, because the junk is pretty good, the velocity is pretty solid, but the accuracy, it is tough to locate pitches. As we've seen that on the first 3 pitches of this game, and that's right down the middle. Luckily, they'll take it for a strike. Uh-oh. That one's hit well into center. Tremendo. Oh, it's off his glove. He almost got that. But it's going to be a double to open up this game. Another problem I have with Cut Stiff, I wish he had a 4-seam fastball. Sometimes it's just tough to... Tough to locate all the pitches with how bad the accuracy is, but I wish just a 4-seam fastball would be great. Terrible route to the ball, but it'll work. We'll keep the infield normal because it's only the first inning. Just misses. Fouled off. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Way behind it. How are you late on a 77-mile-an-hour curveball? Not sure, but let's try a fastball away. Fouled off. How about a screwball? Gonna way off. That's a tough pitch to take right there. I'm gonna double up on that, though. Fouled off. I want to try to challenge him. Let's try it. Cutter up and in. Dang it. We need to stop throwing it right there. Another homer for Bautista. Wanted to try it, and we're going to stop trying it. Right about now. 3rd homer of the video. And it's 2-0 Empire. Alright, not a great start. First Raleigh Cut Stiff. Backdoor cutter, or slider, does look pretty good, though. Fouled off. Quickly in the driver's seat. Uh-oh. Hit up the middle, left that, obviously, right over the heart of the plate. Definitely could have been worse. Yeah, the accuracy is tough to work with. As I'm sure you guys have noticed. Alrighty, the 20th pitch here of the inning. First Raleigh Cut Stiff. And that one's softly hit in a left for another single. Still just 1 out. We get like a double play here. That would be great. Luckily, we do have plus 15 accuracy because this guy's an easy target, so that's definitely going to help. Except for when you do that. Catch the ball! Come on. Alright, we'll get the out. Could have been 2 if we could have caught the ball cleanly. Misses outside. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Everything finds its way through. And it's 3-0. There's a nice pitch. That just misses. I do like the way the fastballs work off one another. It's just tough to locate them. Finally, gonna get out of the inning. Dingers onto Jones. But a 3-run first for the Empire. 5 hits as well. Here's Rock Casey. Takes a low for ball 1. And again, we hit the ball right after. We're back to doing this. And Casey's mojo's down. He's back down to 10th. This video has not been too great. Nacho Crisp with our first hit. Hits one into center. And here's Dingers. Dingers lifts one to center. Didn't get all of it. And there's a fly off the second out. I mean, not terrible. That's actually 52. I thought that said 92. If that's actually said 92 swing power, that's probably going. But 52, not quite. Way outside. 1-1. Fast? You've got to be kidding. How? What are we supposed to do? Oh, man. Not throw pitches right down the middle is a good start. There's a strike. On the ground, Nacho Crisp. Make the play. The first out. Fouled off. Misses inside. There's a strike. That's a really nice pitch. Let's try the screwball off that. 2-2. Slider inside. Swing and a miss. Mojo back up for cut stiff. That's big. Mojo's back up to neutral. Bagwell takes a strike. Grounds one foul behind the plate. They anticipated a screwball last time, so we're going to try a two-seamer off the plate. Swing and a miss. Bagwell down on strikes. Much needed bounce back inning for Sprawley Cutstiff. Here's Nixon. That's a strike. 0-1. Outside. 1-1. 2-1. That misses outside as well. Nixon got under it a little bit. Center field. That is gone. Let's go. Didn't think that was going to go. But Pedro Nixon hits one 425 to center field. Let's go. I thought he missed it a little bit. But I'll take it. We're on the board, and it's 3-1. 72 swing power on a hanging slider. Nixon's going to make you pay. Jones hits one into center. Back-to-back hits here to open up the second. Oh, no. You got to be kidding. Kingsley Jones stubbed his toe. Walk it off. He's walked in. Oh, man. So here it's tough. He stubbed his toe. He's still well. And his attributes are still good because he's locked in. And when you're well, it doesn't really impact you versus when you're strained. Clearly it does for Buck Swiner. Obviously, we want to win this game right here, but think of a potential Game 5. I would want him in the lineup. But we're going to keep him in for now. Maybe we bring Quaker in. But actually, you know what? You don't heal at all if you take them out. So we're just going to keep him in. Unless he gets, like, tense or something like that. There's a strike. We're going to keep Jones in at first base. Oh, wow. Thought that was inside. Quickly down 0-2. That's inside. Misses 2-2 to Jose Tremendo. Throw over to first. Jones back in safely. Another throw. And now if they throw over again, they've got to get him. We're going to send him here. Call it strike 3, but stolen base. For Kingsley Jones. Got a pretty good jump. That was a good pitch, though, too. Unfortunately, we're called out on strikes. That one drops in for a strike. Jackson, again, we hit the ball right at somebody. And it's a double play. If the objective of the game was to hit the ball right at people, we would be the greatest team to ever step foot on the planet. Casey, what a play. The diving stop, the throw to first. And his mojo goes up as well. Let's go. Missed that. Gonna take it for a strike. Swing and a miss. Slider inside. Fouled off. Screwball away. Swing and a miss. Cut stiff pitching a lot better. I definitely also realize you gotta go power pitch a little bit more than maybe you'd like on the higher egos. Softly hit to third. Dingers. Not a great throw, but on to first. Does the job. Back-to-back scoreless innings. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, I believe, for Sperley Cutstiff. Johnson grounds one softly to first. For the first out on one pitch. Misses outside. 1-0. And Casey hits one to short. Probably a pitch I should be taking. Borderline strike. Yeah, borderline strike. Just not really going to do a ton with that. Unless we decide to go golfing. Which I'd like our guys to keep playing baseball and not go golfing yet. They can do that after we win a championship. That misses 2-0. Fouled off. 2-1. There's a strike. 2-2 to Nacho Crisp. That's low. Full count. Nacho Crisp. Hit into center. But not going to get down. Because, of course, we hit the ball right at somebody. And they're able to make a play. I mean, that one wasn't right at somebody, but close enough. Foul. Let's go. That one caught too much of the plate. And a single. First hit since the first inning. For the Empire. Oh, just missed. Backdoor two-seamer. Misses as well. That's not good. We'll take it. The throw down wasn't a good throw. It ended up being an accurate throw, but not in time. We've really struggled to throw guys out. Tough to throw strikes as well. That's going to be all four. A walk from Cutstiff. And it brings up Polanco. Well, that might be two. Throw to first. Not in time. We're able to get the guy at second, though. That misses outside. Misses low. That could be two. Jones to Nacho Crisp. Back to Jones. Oh, it's not in time. That might have been the closest play. That thought he was out. I wish you could have a replay, but there's no replay mode in here. I'm going to go to second. That's a pretty good throw. Still not in time. This guy's not even insanely fast. We still can't... Uh-oh. Still can't throw him out. Luckily, that's just fouled off. Swing and a miss. They do get another run, but not terrible. Here's Rip Dingers. To lead off the fourth. Fouls it off. A little bit early, but right on it. That's low. 1-1. Oh, I thought that was inside. 1-2 here to Dingers. Outside, 2-2. Dingers golfing in to center, left center, really. And there's an out. Yeah, if we're like a little bit higher, that might be gone. Gonna take this first pitch. The strike. That's a ball. 1-1. 2-1. 3-1 to Irene fast. And there's ball 4. Mojo goes up for fast, draws a walk. Gives us some speed on the bases. Nixon takes a strike. That misses outside. Fouled off. We're going to send fast here. Pitch is inside. Fast is safe. Let's go. Stolen base for Irene Fast. That's upstairs. Full count here to Pedro Nixon. And there's another walk back to back. Gives us first and second. 1 out here in the 4th for Kingsley Jones. It's outside. Jones right back up the middle. Fast has good speed. Gonna come around third. And... oh, wow! Just barely safe. I thought she might have been out. But why do we take the run? Let's go. Tremendo takes a strike. It's upstairs. 1-1 to Tremendo. Tremendo hit to third. And it's a double play. Why can we never get those? We never have double plays on line drives, yet we hit into a million of them. But we get a run back. It's a 2-run game. And here's a ground out to Nacho Crisp. Really nice play. Great throw on my part. Fouled off. Definitely want to make sure we don't throw Bautista the pitch up and in. Right down the middle isn't a great idea either. That one's off the base of the wall. Very short wall out there in right field. That was like a foot or 2 higher. That might be gone with how short it is. Gonna go to second. Not a great throw. And another stolen base. Bautista with the stolen base. Puts a runner in scoring position. Oh, man. Is that gone? It is. That was not a terrible pitch. A backdoor cutter. Apparently caught too much to the plate. And a line drive home run from Mike Piazza. Cutstiff allowed 6 runs. We're going to go batter by batter, see if we can get through the 5th inning. But stamina not looking great. Attributes aren't looking great either. Pitch is not moving a ton. Going to go batter by batter. Anyone gets on, we'll take her out. But alright, well, now she's coming out. But not a terrible performance for Irene... not Irene Fast. For Sprawley Cutstiff. Definitely not great. 72 pitches. The limit for starter reliever is only about 75. Alright, now here comes the question. I don't want to use best yet. It's not a huge situation. Farmhand's not great. He's also tense. We're going to go to Wilkinson right here. So Wilkinson in the game here. Stamina about 2/3 of the way full. Obviously did throw 31 in game 3. Misses outside. Hits soft. Oh, Casey can't get there. I tried to dive, but a little bit too late. And a single there for the Empire, and it's first and second with 1 out. Still a pitch away from getting out of the inning. Everyone's safe. Alright, like, what are we doing? Can we please get out of this inning? That might work. Jones throws to second. To throw back to first is not in time. And Wilkinson's mojo is now rattled. There's a strike. That's not a good pitch. Right down the middle. Luckily only hit foul. Try a big curveball. Checks the swing. Fastball up. Swing and a miss. Let's go. We're out of the inning. We are down 5, but we get out of the inning. Could be worse. That misses. Jackson hit well into center field for a leadoff single. Brings up Stallion Johnson, our number 9 hitter. It's outside for ball 1. Johnson gets under it. Hit pretty well, but a warning track flyout for Stallion Johnson. If I hit that a little bit more on a line, that's probably gone. Got under it a little bit. 55 swing power is not the greatest either, but he is an off-speed hitter, so had the power boost. Casey takes low. Oh, wow. Thought that was outside. That's low. 2-1. 3-1. See what Casey can do. And hits one opposite field through for a base hit. First and second, one out. We better not ground him to double play. Here's Nacho Crisp. Low for ball 1. Really? Get under it again. The second out right here. Here's dingers. If he can rip a dinger right here, that'd be great. Low strike for strike 1. Oh man, strike 2. Quickly behind 0-2. Dinger's gonna get through for a hit. I don't remember who's on third. Hold him at third. Is it Tremendo? Jackson. Okay, yeah, he's not fast. He was not scoring. Here's Irene fast. That's low for ball 1. Outside for ball 2. Fast right back up the middle. We'll go station to station. Bases stay loaded for Pedro Nixon. Oh, early on it. It's outside. 1-1. 2-1 here to Nixon. There's a strike. I mean, that's a pretty good pitch. 2-2. Whoa, full count here. Everyone's going to go. And it's going to miss. We're going to walk in a run. Nixon draws his second walk of the day. Makes it a 3-run game. Here's Jones. He's walked in. Takes a strike in the outside corner. That's upstairs. 1-1. Inside. 2-1. Jones hit down the line. Fair. That's going to score multiple runs. It's going to be second and third. And he's out. Pedro Nixon is really slow. But Jones is up to on fire. His mojo goes up. And it's a 1-run game. I'll take it. We will keep in Wilkinson. Going to go batter by batter. One here. There's a nice pitch. A little bit further off the plate. He's got to swing at it, right? Swing and a miss. There we go. Here's Bagwell. Misses for ball 1. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, tap back to Wilkinson for the second out. Let's go. And here's Bautista. I just don't love this. We're going to very carefully pitch to him. Who's up after him? Oh, it's Piazza, who also has destroyed us in this series. There's a swing and a miss. Let's try to go outside with the slider. Gonna hold up on the check swing. Curveball misses low. Oh, no. That's a long way. And another homer for Jose Bautista. 454. His fourth homer in 2 games, fourth of the video. And Piazza into the game here. Or not now at the plate. Alright, let's see. We want to bring in Tolbert for 27. Who's coming up for them? You got a righty, righty, righty. Then lefty, righty, righty. They got a lot of righties in their lineup. Only one lefty, so if we want to try to go left on left, not really going to have a great opportunity, but we're going to bring in Tolbert right here. Tap back to Tolbert. And getting out on the first pitch. So let's see what we can do here. We got a new pitcher in the game. There's a strike. That was right there to be hit. This guy throws a two-seamer, changeup, and slider. There's the slider inside. That's low. That's low as well. 3-1 to Tremendo. There's strike 2. This guy is composed. Plus 25 accuracy with a 3-ball count. Count is full to Tremendo. It might have been a little high. It was high. You have to get a piece and stay alive, though. That was low. What am I doing? Oh, no, that was actually a strike. 3-2 again. Fouled off. And there's a ground out. Decent at-bat. 9-pitch at-bat for Tremendo, but it ends in a ground out. Jackson just low enough for Bagwell to make a jumping play. Oh, man. I thought that was low. 0-1 here to Johnson. Make it 0-2. Johnson gets under one a lot in left center, and there's an out. Or right center, that would mean. Alright. Tolbert threw one pitch. Gonna keep her in. We got 5, 6, and 7 in their lineup. Ideally, Tolbert gets through the bottom half. And then when the lineup flips over, we go to Charlie Best. Uh-oh. Fouled off. It's a pretty good pitch. Fouled off. Swing and a miss. Got him out in front. On the changeup. And Tolbert with the strikeout. Oh, no. There's another homer, and it's 9-6. 392. Again, they get under it a lot. I guess I have to stop throwing outside in the first pitch. Although I'd really like to attack that outside corner. There's a strike. Double up on that. Fouled off. Slider fouled off. Try a change up away. Grounded to first. Jones will flip the Tolbert for the out. The mojo goes down for Gonzalez as well. Like to see that. Another one hit to Kingsley Jones. This one he can take himself. But another run for the Empire. They've scored runs in 4 straight innings. We got the top of our order coming up. Let's do some damage right here in the 7th. Casey with the leadoff single in the first pitch. Nice start. Brings up Nacho Crisp. Still without a homer in the playoffs. The guy who led the league in homers in the regular season. The strike. 1-1. Outside. 2-1 here to Nacho Crisp. 3-1. This catcher does have Oh, he's become stimulated? Yeah, oh, great. Piazza's become juiced because of his stimulated trait. Got a 10% chance of becoming juiced for the final 2.5 innings as that's happened, and now this guy's just absolutely insane. That is not going to be fun. But the 3-1 here to Nacho Crisp is hit in the air to center, got under it too much, didn't get a great swing off. And there's the first out. That was a strike, but it's not a great swing for Nacho Crisp. There's a strike in the outside corner. Inside 1-1. 2-1. 3-1. Same spot as Nacho Crisp. Dingers. Oh, that's through. I thought that was... Knowing our luck in this video, I thought that was going to be grabbed by a diving third baseman. Here's Irene Fast, a single and a walk. There's a strike. Outside. 1-1. Fast. Hit well. Center field, right at the center fielder. Or close enough. That was like 10 feet to the left. That's probably scoring a couple runs. Nixon takes high for ball 1. And fouls one off. Is that inside? Nope, that was a strike. Oh no. Tapped slowly, and there's no shot. Nixon's running that one out. So, we got 9, 1, and 2 in their order. We're going to keep Tolbert in for now. I think we might bring in Best. Uh-oh. There's no shot that's gone, right? No, Fast is right there to make the play. This guy taking his frustrations out on home plate. We're going to keep Tolbert in for this batter. But Bagwell, we're going to go to Charlie Best. There's a strike. Nice pitch. And ground to third. Dingers. Throws it on to first for the second out. Now, Carlo Tolbert, an 18-pitch outing here in Game 4. And we're going to go to Best for Jeff Bagwell. There's a strike. Best does have this big breaking curveball. Fouled off. He's got any weak curveball. Increased break, which is already insane. And this one hit on the ground to Dingers and puts it away. Finally get through a scoreless inning. First one since the third inning. And let's do something right here. In the 8th inning. Jones is on fire. Let's see what he can do. Take outside for ball 1. Inside for ball 2. Fouled off. Not a terrible one to hit. What a roll on it. 2-1 here to Jones. Oh, wow. Thought that was a little high. 2-2. Jones grounded. Can't get through. And his mojo goes down as well. Here's Tremendo. The pressure is extreme, so anytime we want to bring in Quaker, who will have plus 10 to any one of his traits, with the pressure being extreme. But I'd like to wait till we got some base runners. It's outside. 1-1. Another strike. 1-2. Grounded. Not hard enough. And there's the second out. Here's Hieronymus Jackson. Takes inside. Jackson. Again, we hit it right at him. Oh boy, this has not been great. Here's Bautista. We can't walk him because Piazza's behind him. So we got to pitch to Bautista, and I'm not walking the first 2 guys of the inning. That would be a disaster. That's missed. Take it for a strike, though. Glad we take that. Fouled off. Curveball. Hit foul. Let's try it again. This one, same area. This one fair. And Jones makes the play for the first out. So here's Piazza. Going to be very careful with him. Fouled off. I mean, Best is the best reliever in the game for a reason. If there's anyone who can make him get an out, it's Charlie Best, and he does exactly that. I do feel sometimes I don't use Charlie Best enough. I wait for, like, big spots with him. But he's so good, we just need to use him a lot more. This one tapped back to Charlie Best in a nice 9th inning. And let's see. We got 9, 1, and 2 in our order. Johnson, do we want to go to Quaker right here? I mean, it's tough because the first guy we're pinch hitting for is Jose Tremendo. Jones has been great, and I'm not pinch hitting for the first 5 guys. Let's try it. Let's go to Quaker. Pressure is high, so only +5 to all traits. But let's see what he can do. I'm also surprised they haven't gone to their closer in Billy Wagner. He has thrown in all every game so far, but only 7, 7, and 1 pitch. And his stamina looking very good. Thankfully they haven't gone to him because we can't seem to hit him, but surprised they haven't gone to him with a 3-run lead. Quaker hit hard right back up the middle. Now here's a situation where I wish we had Stallion Johnson with his speed. And they're making a change, but not going to Wagner. They're going to go to a guy we've hit very well in this series. And hopefully we can continue to hit him well. Oh! Way too early on it. But that was right there. Misses for ball 1. KC center field didn't get all of it. There's a fly off the first out. So here's Nacho Crisp. Fouled off. There's another strike. 0-2. That just misses. Oh, wow. I was kind of surprised it's not called a strike. Nacho Crisp lifts one into center. Get under it too much, and we're down to our last out. And then we're going to game 5, which is not ideal. Here's Dingers. I wish somebody got on base. We can tie it with 1 swing, but let's see what he can do. That's outside. Come on. That's for sure outside. 1-1. Come on. That's inside now. 1-2 to Dingers. Grounded down the one. Fair. Let's go. Quaker, can he get to third? He can. They're having trouble in the corner. Quaker might have been able to score, but because we've only got 1 out, then the game's over. I'm not going to risk it. So we got what we need on. Fast can tie it with 1 swing. Let's see. There's a strike. That's low. 1-1. No! Popped it up. Dang it. And we lose both games this video. We're headed to game 5. We go back on the road. Could be tough. It is going to be tough. I mean, cut stiff wasn't terrible. Wasn't great, but just the fact they were able to score just so consistently from 4 through 7. Plus, that was a 3 in the first. Didn't help either. Not a terrible game. We hit a little bit. We're better on the mound, although still not great. And allowed 4 homers. That's got to stop. And, yeah, we're headed to a game 5. But we're going to go to a Game 5 against the Empire. Obviously not great, considering we were up 2-0. If we blow this, that is not good. But Game 5, we have Payne on the mound. Obviously, that will be next video. And something to note, we are the only series to go to a Game 5. The road teams won all 4 games so far. Hopefully that continues. And we have not lost at the Empire yet this season. We have not beaten them at home, but we have not lost at their place. So we lost this game 7-2. We were at home there. But the other time we played them, in game number 10, we won 11-8. But it's definitely doable. We can beat them. Payne, very comfortable with him on the mound. And hopefully can win game 5. That's going to be next video. But that's going to do it for this episode of Moose Franchise. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. Be sure to check out my main channel, Super Sports Central, link in the description of this video. That's all for this video. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you next video.